As well as the heartbreak and the questions, how much anger is there towards local and state government? Because it appears there's no one less competent than the mayor of LA, Karen Bass, who was, while the fires were breaking out, enjoying herself at a cocktail party in Ghana while people back in Los Angeles were losing everything. She also only just figured out how to respond to questions about this when she was being asked by journalists. Here she is finally answering them.
Looking back, would you have taken that trip overseas?
You know, I am going to focus today
But please,
on what we know.
But Brittany, no apology there to the people of Los Angeles. What do you make of this?
So, what a lot of us are saying, who are from California, this is kind of like our 9/11, and this could be a moment for the mayor to really rise up and show some empathy and compassion and humility and maybe a tear or two, because I think people all over the world who don't even maybe know anyone in Los Angeles, when they see what they're seeing, the damage and how many lives have been changed forever because of these fires, they even can get emotional. So the fact that the woman who is running this city has not really shown any empathy or compassion, in my point of view. We haven't really seen her. She's just getting very defensive, and she and the governor, I think, are deflecting. They're putting the blame in other people, but they're not taking any accountability. This is their city and state, and there's a lot that went wrong. This never should have gotten this out of hand, in my opinion. And so, yeah, a lot of people are upset, and rightfully so. And I think that we're going, as the days and we see even the more damage happened, I think we're going to see more and more people upset.
Absolutely. Look, Gavin Newsom has been flat out lying to the American people, claiming that the reservoirs, all of them, are full, and he's blaming Donald Trump for misinformation about the fires. Here he is.
The reservoirs are completely full, the state reservoirs here in Southern California. That mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us. Responding to Donald Trump's insults, we would spend another month. I'm very familiar with them.
The reporter then corrects Gavin Newsom because the reservoirs were not all full, as you mentioned one at the top of the show. And right now, while LA is burning, Gavin Newsom and the California Democrats have reached a $50 million deal to Trump-proof the state to make sure they could defend illegal immigrants against deportation. Why is that a priority?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seems like, you know what, look, I was born and raised in California, in Southern California, 40 plus years. And it seems like the decline since these Democrats have taken over, and it's not just the Democrats, it's this far left liberal policies that have ruined these blue cities in our country. And I've seen it firsthand. It's one of the main reasons why a year ago we left for a red state. And I hate to sound like this, and I hate to politicize things, but you know what? I see firsthand there's huge differences living in a blue city or a blue state and a red city and a red state. So many differences. I don't know why he keeps deflecting, why he can't take any accountability. He, to me, reminds me of a used car salesman. And I'm so sorry to make that analogy, but it's just one of those kind of like, are you telling me the truth? I never really believe what's coming out of his mouth. I don't really think for the people. I think it's all money hungry greed. And we have a lot of people hurting. And it's not just the Palisades, it's also Altadena, which was a very low income area. And, you know, you have two completely different socioeconomic areas that are completely shattered by this. And I don't know where people go from here. And he's not really addressing what I think people need to hear from him, the man who is running the state. Where are these people going to go? What are they going to do? We house thousands of homeless people, yet now we have thousands of people that are displaced because of this fire, and they have nowhere to go. I mean, it's such a mess, and he just keeps making excuses and keeps just saying stuff.
Yeah.
that is not, yeah, it's just, yeah, it's sad.
It's so
Very
sad,
sad.
and it is so sad seeing people return to their homes that are no longer there anymore. The vision is just hard to watch. It's hard for us to fathom that the scale of these fires. The LA Police Department have arrested at least 3 people for arson outside the wildfire zones, and Fox News has reported that an illegal immigrant from Mexico was also arrested near the LA fires with an alleged blowtorch. Now, that person was not charged with arson. Donald Trump has shared a text message that he received. It says, the actual irony, a homeowner consents to pay property taxes, which you mentioned, Brittany, were outrageously high, that will go to the fire department. The funds are diverted to illegal immigrants because LA is a sanctuary city. An illegal immigrant comes and sets your house on fire and the fire department doesn't have the resources to put it out. The homeowner paid for their own destruction. On top of that, the government is so inept that the insurance companies won't insure houses here anymore, so the homeowner is left with nothing. Look, does that message resonate with you? Are people in Los Angeles kind of feeling that at the moment?
Yeah, I think he hit the nail on the head. And even if you're not a pro-Trump person, I think what he said just encapsulates everything what people are feeling. Exactly what he just said. And I think that this is why we're seeing so many people angry. I think this is why you see a lot of people who maybe didn't even vote for Trump agree with him right now, because this is where's he wrong? Everything he just said, everything you just read is exactly what is happening and what we're seeing. And this could take years for insurance companies to get people's money back with the stuff that they lost. And then let's not forget, what money can't buy back. Your photo albums, your kids' school projects, and all of your memorabilia, generations of your parents or grandparents things. I mean, I talked to a girlfriend today, and her father, who passed away, his cufflinks are gone in the fire, and all of her. I can't, it gets me so emotional, but all of her pictures with her father, and her father passed away, they're gone. I mean, it's like these types of things. I mean, it's so sad. It's just so sad. And, I think Trump was right. And I think that this is why so many people are frustrated. I think that this is really going to be a huge wake up call for a lot of people in how they vote the next time around. I do think that that's going to be the case. You still have people who are making excuses and still saying that there was nothing that anyone could have done. But, I will say water puts fire out. Water puts fire out. Historically, we know water puts fire out. Historically, we know that this exact area, and I can't talk about Altadena, but I know for a fact, Pasadena, where I've covered for so many years wildfires, it is prone to fires. The resources weren't there. And so we need to, the local elected officials and state elected officials need to take some accountability and answer a lot of questions.
Absolutely, and you're not the only one who thinks people may be voting differently. Caitlyn Jenner has flagged that people may be voting differently as a result of how these fires have been so badly handled.